Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back to the video, and today let's talk about some tips and tricks for the Shokuho mod. I'm gonna one take this, you know what I mean? I got my notes right here, and let's talk about it. So this is for me playing the game. Obviously, I have my playthrough on the channel, so go check that out if you want to. If you want to watch me play, you know, it's all up to you. But if you're just here for the tips, let's get straight into them, and I'm also gonna timestamp it too, so you can kind of like go through it if you know some of these already, right? So let's just get right into it. So first, if you didn't know, in Shokuho there is a feature called the camp feature. What is that? If you go all the way down here to the bottom, there is a little thing called camp, or you can press X for it. As you can see, what this does is it builds like a little camp right here for you on the map. And what it does is your healing rate gets increased. It's like +5 to your healing rate, like base healing rates. Very good, and it lets you heal and also heal your troops a lot faster. Obviously, you have to disassemble camp to actually keep going, but to set up the camp and to disassemble the camp, it doesn't take anything up. You know what I mean? It's not like it costs anything. No morale. There's no cost to it. And also in here, you can choose to read a book, and this is going to move us on to the next thing that you want to do as soon as possible is get a book. Okay, so where do you get books? You get books from shrines like this, and also I think they're called like temples, like all the way up here, like in the these regions they're called like temples, but they're pretty much the same thing. You go to them, and they have a couple of features, right? But we're gonna go over books first, okay? So, if you go to trade, they have these books here, and they are expensive. And you might be wondering, should I get them? Should I not? What's the purpose of them? As you can see, I have a couple of books here, and I'll be honest with you, this book right here looks very, very good. I might just get it even right now. As you can see, its effects are trade, steward, medicine, scouting, and charm. So what does that mean exactly? Let's buy it. Now, if we go back into our camp, then we go right here, choose a book to read. We're going to choose this new one that we just bought because it affects 5 different skills. Okay? Now we're going to press read. And what this means is whenever you're waiting in the camp, right, and time is passing, as you can see, time is passing, we are currently reading the book. And also, I don't know if this is actually meant by the developers, right? But you don't actually have to be in the camp as well. But, you know, if you're going to stand still, you might as well be in the camp for the healing rates. But if you don't actually need to be healed up, even when you wait anywhere on the map, you could be waiting in a town, anywhere if you're just stationary on the map, just waiting, right? Let's say, for example, there's like enemies coming close to you, and you're just waiting just like this, but time is passing. All those skills that book affects are being pretty much, as time rolls on, and it's not everyday tick. It's like literally, it's just slowly progressing the experience for said skill, right? So if we go back again, what does this one affect? It affects trade, steward, medicine, scouting, and charm. So every time that I wait, right? Let me just show you real quick. So our trade is currently at 822, level 37, right? Now, as we just wait for, like, let's say 1, 2, 3 seconds, right? It just went up. I don't know how much it went up. Let me just do it one more time. But here we go. 1, 2, 3. So it's at 866, right? Now if we go back, 911, as you can see, right? All of these are being trained at the same time. All the stuff that the book affects is being trained at the same time whenever you wait. So you want to get these books as soon as possible, especially the books like we just found right here that pretty much do multiple skills. It makes waiting on the map and also some of the perks in the perk tree, like the ones that are like, oh, here's a bonus for waiting on this. It pretty much makes it so waiting is kind of good. You know what I mean? In the base game, it's not. But with this book feature, it's very, very good. But now moving on to the next part of shrines, right? This is also kind of a tip in itself. So shrines, if you didn't know, they have unique troop lines, right? They have these guys right over here. And they're very good. Like, all of these troops are extremely good. There's a variety. Infantry, you got marksmen with like guns, bow and arrow, you got mounted troops. This devoted Anamusha gunner, I'm talking about from like 200 meters, she is one-shotting people. Headshot most of the time too. And you got these guys as well. But just pretty much this troop line is very, very good. Now, if you want to get these troops early on and you want to actually increase your relationship, the way you increase your relationship, obviously you can do like quests like that are close by. But the main way you do it is you donate to the temple. I suggest donating in small increments, as you can see, from 7 to 19. It doesn't make sense sometimes. Sometimes you might donate like 20,000, and the next time you donate 3,000, and you get the same amount of relationship gain. So don't donate in too huge increments, but like a couple thousand here, a couple thousand there, it increases a lot, and all of a sudden you have access to more, right? And as you can see, I need 40 for this one, so then all I gotta do is like donate maybe like, let's say 3 more thousand. Boom, we're at 46. Now this one's opened up as well, right? And some shrines, depending on how big their influence is, or prosperity in this, not influence, prosperity. If they have high prosperity, they will have more guys, or more, you know what I mean, recruitment slots. This one's kind of small, but sometimes you might have like 2 full rows and a half row, or sometimes you might have 3 full rows, just depending on how big the shrine is, okay, or the temple is. Next, Mercenary Work pays a lot in this mod. A lot. Obviously, to join as a mercenary, people have to be at war. How do you check if people are at war? You go to your encyclopedia by pressing the key N, okay, on your keyboard. Go to kingdoms. I know there's so many kingdoms, but you could literally just go through all these kingdoms right here with the next page, and you can see who's at war with each other. Or if you're close by to some of the kingdoms, you can obviously see who is battling. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The more powerful a kingdom is, the less they're going to pay you, okay? So you have to kind of like go between that. So a small kingdom is usually going to pay you more because your amount of help that you're going to give them as a mercenary, like, you know what I mean? Your sword, your amount of troops is worth so much more to them in the battle because you can actually change the tide. But if you join a huge kingdom, like for example, I'm a vassal of this huge kingdom right over here, they're not going to pay you as much for your mercenary work because, yeah, you're more men, but they already have thousands of men. You know what I mean? So if you're doing mercenary work early on, I suggest going into kingdoms that are like, might have one town, might not even have any towns. Like for example, I remember I was down over here. I think I was with these guys. They pay me something like 800 per influence. Insane. But then when I try to be a mercenary for these guys that I'm currently a vassal of, they only pay me 200. But it's still a lot more than the base game. So mercenary work is worth it in this mod. Next, most successful towns, have more villages bound to them, if you didn't know. In regular Bannerlord, most towns really only have like 2 to 3 villages connected to it, and so do most castles. In this mod, this is something that I kind of like found early on. Not like I found it, but you know what I mean? Like I found it as I was playing. As you can see, this town right here, this is one of the reasons why I joined, and I'm going to show you just how good this town by itself is. Has 31 villages bound to it. That means 31 villages produce, like all the stuff that they produce is being fed into this town. And since there's so much villages, since there's so much population, what this breeds is so much trade. And as you can see by the prosperity, we're at 10,000. Let's compare it to like a place like right over here that has like only a couple of villages. Let me just get closer to it so I can show you the prosperity difference. It's night and day. If you want, for example, like to set up a workshop, and I'm going to show you my workshops because I set all my workshops up in that Edo, in that Edo village, not village, town. As you can see, this one's only at 3,000 because how many villages does it have? What is that? 3 plus, they only have 9 for this one. And that's still good. But as you can see, this one has 31. Now, there are a couple more towns. I think there's a town down here or something like that. You just have to look through the map. There's a lot of towns. There are some towns that have a little bit more. But from what I can tell, this is the best town in the game. If you want to, pretty much invest into the best town in the game, it is Edo. It just has way too much villages. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. And those villages, feed into the economy. So many people go through this land because, as you can see, so many. You'll see like literally. Let me just like go down here. Actually, no, because I have to show off this next. But there's so much bustling. You know what I mean? Economy going through that village, or not village. I keep saying village. Town, Edo. And also, let me just show you off my workshops just to prove my point. I have 3 workshops, all in Edo. None of them are getting input from the warehouse. This one used to, but I stopped even doing that. I'm not storing any outputs. Literally just bought them. They are expensive, though. And they only keep going up. As prosperity in the town goes up, the price will go up. You know what I mean? So I think I bought like my first one, which was this one right here, for like 30,000. No, it was like high 20,000s. This one was like high 30,000. I think the last one was like 40,000. They are expensive, and they're going to keep going up. So you want to get them as soon as possible, but they will not disappoint you in terms of what you're going to get. They're going to stay positive most days. You know what I mean? They're not dropping. And if I can show you my expenses real quick by moving this. As you can see, I'm doing pretty good for myself for Clan Tier 2. But yeah, pretty much what I would do if you want to make some money economy-wise early on, rush workshops at this Edo town. And also, you could literally just, from the profit that you're going to get, push out caravans from this Edo town too. Early on. Even if you want to join somebody else later on, you don't have to join these guys to run a caravan or a workshop. And for example, like let's say you want to do mercenary work at the same time. What you do is load these up with workshops, right? Buy the workshops. Then go, as I did, be a mercenary like down here. These guys down here, the chance of them getting into a war with these guys over here is so extremely low. So, you know, it's still possible. Don't get it wrong. You might get screwed. You might be the most unluckiest guy on earth. But it's very not like, you know, sometimes you'll see like a war from these guys and like some guys up here, like, but it's still like regional, right? But if you're all the way down here and you got workshops all the way over here, it's pretty safe. You know, you should be all right. So, yeah, I would suggest messing with this town very early on. And then lastly, recruiting and also tavern mercenaries are very good in this game because they are very random. As in, like, you can find a tier 1 in a town, like most of the time you find in the base game. Or you can find literally like a tier 6. But why I wanted to show you this town is the tavern, what they're pretty much, you know, offering in the tavern. As you can see, oh, they actually changed it. Wow, never mind. What they had before, if I could show you what they had before, right before I start, I forgot it changes every day. That's my fault. But what they had before is, because I even remember the name, it was these over here. Right here. This tier 5 gunner on top of a horse. Like, literally an insane, as you can see by the stats, an insane. It had like 10 of those for like 1,600. Not even that much money. Right, let me back out of here so they stop talking. But what I suggest you do early on, if you want some really strong troops, check out the mercenaries inside of all the towns. And also just check the recruitment of troops. Obviously, people just went through here. Not the best way to showcase it. But let me see if I get to one close. Because the towns are pretty far away from over here. But what I'm saying is always just check. Like, because the recruitment is pretty much, how can I say it? It's very much boosted in this mod compared to the base game. Where in like the base game, you usually don't even ever check the town recruitments because it's all just recruits. You know what I mean? Like level 1 recruits. I stopped checking all the time. I just checked villages. You know what I mean? But like for this mod, check the town recruitment. And also check the the mercenaries as well. You can find yourself a very good deal. And also, lastly, this is more like on the technical side of it. You know what I mean? I have a video that talks about how to get a lot better FPS if you want to check it out. And also how to download the mod itself if you've been liking what you've seen, right? But what I suggest you do real quick in your options menu, in your performance, turn off cloth simulation. That's the thing that somehow makes the weapons all wonky and like makes it like whenever you're in a battle, like you just start seeing like random like shaders, just like it looks like one of those like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like random shaders flying around and like blocks your vision of the fight. it's claw simulation that's causing that problem. I would turn it off until it's like confirmed fixed, but I just turn it off just to be safe, right? You know what I mean? You'll be all right. You know what I mean? Just because the claw's saying, you know, flailing around, you'll be all right, dog. You know what I mean? And also, what I also suggest is to change your, where is that even located at? Your autosave interval. Usually it's like at 30. Change it to 7 minutes, brother. 7 minutes is like the perfect time. The game does crash a lot. It's an overhaul mod. You can just expect crashes from an overhaul mod. You know what I mean? It is what it is. There's a lot of stuff added. A lot of stuff might break. And also what I suggest, when you enter something new, like let's say a new hideout, there's like new, like different, like there's a thing called Battlefield Remains. You know what I mean? It's like a new custom thing. Before you enter those things, just save your game. Save more frequently. You will thank yourself in the future, okay? But that'll do it for me. Those are my tips and tricks, and I'll see you in the next one. Appreciate you.